Today we will see gravitation. So what is gravitation? What is the law of gravitation? Today we will discuss about gravitation. So all of you know the story of gravitation. It started with Newton's when he was sitting near a apple tree. Then suddenly apple falls down, and then he thought why it falls down towards the earth. Why not it went up towards the sky? So from there started the journey of Newton's, and from there we got the law of gravitation. So even if you drop this chalk, what you will see, this will fall down towards the earth's surface. Even if you throw any stone, it will fall towards the earth. Why? The reason is gravitational force. Earth revolves around sun. All the planet revolves around sun. Moon revolves around earth. What is the reason? Gravitation. Even artificial satellite revolves around earth, and the reason is gravitation. So what is gravitation? Gravitation, so whenever there is a body who has mass, suppose there is a body of mass m and there is another body of mass m. There are two body, one has mass m and another has mass m. One has capital mass m, another has small mass m. And the separation between their center to center, separation between center to center is r. Then this mass or capital M mass will apply force to this body, and this body will also apply force to this body. Both will be applying force to each other, and the nature of this is attraction or attracting force. A small m will apply force in this direction, and capital M will apply force in this direction. That is the gravitational force. So this force, suppose this is same, this is also same. Both force will be same, equal in magnitude. So this force will be directly proportional to m. This force will be directly proportional to m into m, or product of their masses, and this force will be inversely proportional to the square of the distance between these two bodies. Or we can say that F is directly proportional to 1 by r square. So whenever two objects of different mass are kept at a certain distance, then these two objects will apply force to each other, and that force will be governed by this law. That force will be directly proportional to product of their masses, and that force will be inversely proportional to r square. So when you combine these two, what you will get? You will get is F is directly proportional to m into m by r square. So this attractive force will be governed by this law. F is directly proportional to product of their mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between these two mass. So when you remove this constant proportionality sign, you will get some constant. When you remove this proportionality sign and you put equal to sign, you will get some constant. So F is directly proportional to m by r square. When you remove this sign of proportionality, then you will get some constant. So F is equal to m by r square. Here G is gravitational constant, universal gravitational constant. This is universal gravitational constant. So F is equal to g mm by r square. So that is given by g mm by r square, and this is the Newton's law of gravitation. What is Newton's law of gravitation? Newton's law of gravitation states that whenever there is a two body having different masses or having some mass, then both body will apply force to each other, and that force is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of their distance. That is the Newton's law of gravitation. So that is the Newton's law of gravitation. So what is the Newton's law of gravitation? Newton's law of gravitation so here if we see the unit value of z is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Now what is the unit? If we see here, the unit of force is Newton. Unit of g we don't know. We are finding unit of g. Product of mass, that means kg square. And r square, r is basically distance square, that is meter square. So if we simplify, what will get? Newton meter square per kg square. So unit of g is Newton meter square per kg square. This is the unit of g. So F is given by gm. Let us generalize it. So force of attraction between two force of attraction between two masses force of attraction between two masses m1 and m2 separated by distance d. Separated by a distance d is given by F, which is equal to g m1 m2 by r square. F equal to g m1 m2 by r square, where g is by d square. I have taken d as a distance. So g m1 m2 by d square. Where capital Z is equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So this is the gravitational force, and this force of attraction is nothing but gravitational force between two objects of mass m1 and m2 separated by distance d. So let us see some example of this. Suppose this is one mass having 40 kg and it is separated by, let us say, 5 meter. Another mass is here, let us say 60 kg. So we know that there is a force of attraction between these two masses. So what is the force of attraction? 60 kg will apply force in this direction and 40 kg will apply force in this direction. So what is the force? Force, we know that force will be given by M, G m1 m2 by d square. So here if you substitute value, m1 is here 40 kg, m2 is here 60 kg, b is here 5 meter. So if you put it here, what you will get? Force equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. M1 is 40, M2 is 60 divided by 5 square. So if you simplify, you will get answer 5 square. That means it will be 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 into this much into 8 into 12. So if you simplify 6.67 into 96, what will give? So it will be something around 640.32 into 10 to the power minus 11, or you can say 6.4 into 10 to the power minus 13 Newton. So this is the force. It means what? When 40 kg mass and 60 kg mass are kept at a distance of 5 meter, then force on 40 kg will be 6.4 into 10 to the power minus 13 Newton. Force on 60 kg will be also same. So here both force is same. So this was the one example of gravitational force. So let us see what happens. Let us analyze more. M1, M2 and separation is D. We know that force is given by G M1 M2 by D square, or you can say that M is directly proportional to M1 M2 by D square. So now M1 M2 by D square. Now if you see, F is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and F is directly proportional to the 1 by D square, where D is the distance between these two masses. Now what happens if the product of mass is doubled and keeping all other criteria fixed? That means distance between the object is same, If the product of mass between these two objects are double, then gravitational force will be also double. Or I say that, let us say that F, suppose F is 10 Newton. Suppose F is 10 Newton. Then if the product of M1 and M2 is double, then what will be the new force? Then new force will be 20 Newton. If the force, gravitational force is 10 Newton between two masses, and if the product of their masses is double, that means new gravitational force will be double. That is, F nu will be 20 Newton. So let us see example. Let us write here initial condition. What is initial condition? M1, M2, D. This is initial condition and final condition. This is 2 M1, this is M2, and this is D. Now, in this case, what is the gravitational force? In this case, gravitational force is G M1 M2 by D square. Now, what is the gravitational force in this case? In this case, gravitational force will be G 2 M1 M2 by D square, which is equal to 2G M1 M2 by D square. So if we compare here at this time, at this condition, force is G M1 M2 by D square. In this condition, force is 2 times G M1 M2 by D square. If we see F2 and F1, what is the F1 and F2 relation? F1 by F2 is simply 1 by 2, or you can say that 2 F1 is equal to F2. But simply the product was here double. Mass, product of their mass was doubled. So force is also doubled. See, F2 is equal to 2 times F1. F2 is equal to 2 times F1. That means what? Actually, force is given by directly proportional to M1 and M2. So if this quantity is double, then force will be also double if the other condition is same. Here other what is the other condition? D. The distance between these two objects was D here, and here also distance between two objects is D. So other criteria, if the other criteria is same, then the product of their mass is double, then force will be double. So we have seen the example here. So what happens if other criteria is not constant? So let us see here other example. Here the object has mass m1, m2 and distance between these two masses is d. Here the mass of both objects is double. Mass of both objects is double. So here is 2m1 and here it is also 2m2. So if you see here, product of mass is increased by 4 times. If you see here, what is the product of their masses? m1 into m2. What is the product of their masses? 2m1 into 2m2, that is 4m1 m2. So product of masses is increased. So if you see here, f1 is equal to g m1 m2 by d square. And what is the force here? g 2m1 2m2 by d square, or 4g m1 m2 by d square. If you compare both, what you will see? F2 is 4 times of F1. If you compare, you will get that F2 is equal to 4 times of F1. So even if you don't go by following basic, you can directly check whether product of mass is increased or decreased. According to that, you can directly find out the force. Shortcut was that for M1, so here product of mass M1 in M2. Your product of mass is 4 M1 M2. So directly you can write that this force will be equal to 4 times of this force, because other criteria is same. Because here the distance between these two masses is also d, and here distance between these two masses is also d. So directly you can write that this force will be equal to 4 times of this mass. Now let us change the distance also. In new condition or final condition, let us change the distance also. Let us change the distance also. This is d by 2. Let us keep mass constant distance. Let us keep mass constant this time and decrease the distance by half. What will happen? So in this case, gravitational force will be G m1 m2 by d square. In this case, gravitational force will be G m1 m2 by d by 2 square. That means it will become 4 and it will go to numerator. Or you can write 4 G m1 m2 by d square. F2 will be equal to 4 times F1. So if you are decreasing the distance between two masses, force is increasing, because distance is inversely proportional. Scalar the distance is inversely proportional to the force. So this is the way. Other way you can solve that. You can directly take d, because how to solve in shortcut? F1 is directly proportional to 1 by d square. F2 is directly proportional to 1 by d by 2 square. Or what you will get? F2 is directly proportional to 4 by d square. From here, if you compare this, because if you remove this one, other is all constant, same constant will be used everywhere. Or you can write F1 is equal to some constant by d square. Here also you can write F2 is equal to some constant into 4 by d square. So if you compare F1 and F2, what you will get? F2 is equal to 4 times F1. Either way answer will be same, but in shortcut it will take less time. Now let us see what will happen when you double their masses m, if you reduce the distance between both objects. So in this case, what will be the force? Force will be G m1 m2 by d square, and in this case force will be G 2m1 2m2 by d by 2 whole square. If you simplify, what will get? Here 2 into 2 4, and this is 4 also. So 4 4 16. you will get 16 into G m1 m2 by d square. If this is f2, if this is f1, then what is the relation between f1 and f2? f2 is equal to 16 times f1. So what is happening when mass is double, when distance is reduced by half, then force is increasing by 16 times. Then force is increasing by 16 times. Now what will happen if you double their distance also? Now if you double their distance, what will happen? If you double their distance, what will happen? Then force will be G m1 m2 by d square. D is here 2d. So you will get G m1 m2 by d square. If you see carefully, there will be no net effect on the force. If you double their masses, then if you double their distance between these two masses, there will be no effect on the gravitational force. So what you get here, F1 is equal to F2. When you double their masses and when you double their distance, then there will be no effect on force. So now we have talked about gravitational force. What is the gravitational force? Now let us talk about universal gravitational constant or G. Universal gravitational constant, capital Z, is known as universal gravitational constant. Why? First point is this is universal. What does it mean? It means that the value of capital Z will not change irrespective of the planet. For Earth, for different planet, the value of Z is constant. It is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. This is fixed. So because it does not change, with planet, it does not change with planet. It does not change with planet. Second thing is, it does not depend on planet also. Or rather, it is independent quantity. It is independent. Or it is independent quantities. It does not depend on mass or anything else. So why gravitational constant is universal? Why gravitational constant is universal? Because its value does not change with planet, or it does not depend on other thing or other physical quantity. So that is the reason capital Z is constant and its value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So what is the role of gravitational force? What is the role of gravitational force? We know that Earth has atmosphere, right? Earth has atmosphere. Suppose this is Earth. Suppose this is Earth. Then it has an atmosphere. All existence on Earth is due to atmosphere and water, and this atmosphere is present on Earth due to gravitational force. If there is no gravitational force, then what will happen? Whatever is the atmosphere, or atmosphere means air. Whatever air is present here, it will escape from the Earth. It will not stay nearby Earth's surface. It will escape to the space. So if there is no atmosphere, then it is very difficult to survive life on the Earth. So this was the significance of gravitational force. Second thing is that due to the gravitational force of Moon, in ocean tides comes, high tide or low tide. This is the region of due to the gravitational force of Moon. One more thing, what gravitational field is. Due to the gravitational field also, rains come how? Whenever sunlight enters into our Earth, due to sunlight or due to heat generated by that sunlight, what happens? Water will convert it into water vapor and it will goes to the atmosphere. And in atmosphere, condensation will happen, and since there is a gravitational force, so that condensed water will start coming towards the Earth's surface, not it will move away from the Earth's surface. So gravitational force plays important role in rains also. So these are the some points, and human has made the application of gravitational force in their life. How? We have launched artificial satellite which we used for telecommunication or defense or weather predicting or any other thing. Due to gravitational force, we are able to launch satellite which revolves around the Earth. Due to our understanding of gravitational force, we are able to design the satellite. We are able to send satellite to the space, and based on our requirement, you use the satellite, whether it is for weather system or whether it is for defense or communication. So gravitational force is very important. It plays very important role in our life. So I am giving you task, at least find out 10 other gravitational force which affects our day-to-day life. Make a notes and submit it. So this was the introduction of gravitational force. So we will see in next class. So in next class I am giving some homework. First of all, go through all the gravitational law. Mainly one law was there, law of gravitation, Newton's law of gravitation, and state the law. You should memorize it properly. And there are some examples in the book. Do all the problem. Mainly it will be revolving around this formula F is equal to Gm1 m2 by d square. Where F is gravitational force, m1 and m2 are the masses, and d is the distance between two masses. Now do something. Try different cases. Try to correlate m1 and m2. Try to see how m1 and m2 affects force. Do one thing, change M1, keep M2 constant. Change M1 and keep M2 constant, and D2 and D also constant, and check out the gravitational force. Now same thing. Now this time keep M1 constant, and change M2. Change the value of M2 and put D also constant, and see how does this gravitational force is changing. Now in next what you can do, you can change everything, M1, M2, D. Change all the value and see how does this gravitational force affects. If you vary M1, M2 and D, you will get feeling of the gravitational force, how it is changing. Try to find a gravitational force between you and your friend, or any item which is kept on your room, like some, let us say there will be some books or some debris, and there will be some carton in. You take some masses like 2 kg, 3 kg, you take some distance like 4 meter, 100 meter, and try to find out the gravitational force and see whether you are able to getting it or not. Now after this, what you can do, you can find out the gravitational force between planets, between Sun and Earth, between Earth and Moon, between Sun and Moon, between Sun and other planets like Venus or Jupiter or any other planet. Mass you can, in book mass is given, you take the mass and distance between planet and the Sun. From there you find out the gravitational force between at least 3 to 4 planets. So this is your homework. Find out the gravitational force between planet and Mars, planet and between planets also. Like find out the force between Mars and Jupiter. Mass between 2 planets, or mass between Sun plus planet, and planet plus planet. All the data is given in your book. So find out and compare the force. Take the planet which is nearest to the Sun, and take the planet which is farthest to the Sun, and take the planet which is in between, and compare how does gravitational force vary. Now in second thing, read about Newton. Read about Newton, the story of Newton. How does this gravitational force started? What he was doing? What was the time? What was the situation? Which caused Newton's to think about this event? Read about this thing. This I am giving you a list of homework which you have to do it. Next, you can find out force found in nature. See, gravitational force is found in nature. No one is applying it, was already there. It is already there. So similarly, there are certain force which is found in nature. So try to find out all these force and make a list of this. And this is your homework. In next class we will discuss about more on